right, everybody. Now I'm going to take off the bicycle chain and all of that goes with it, including this guy. I'm just going for a really clean look. I don't really care if anybody knows that this is a bicycle or not a bicycle. So I already took off the right pedal. Very easy to do. Basically, when it's on there, there is a nut, and you unscrew the nut, and then you tap out this little peg or stud, whatever you want to call it, and then the pedal just comes right off. And so now I'm going to actually go ahead and break the chain. You can do that in a couple of different ways. I'm just going to use a Dremel, one of my favorite tools, as you guys have probably seen so far. This just has a rotating disc on it that is made for cutting metal. So the Dremel is just a super versatile tool. I'd recommend everybody have a Dremel and an angle grinder. So I'm gonna go at it now, break this chain, and I'm hoping that this just comes right off, and then it'll all be done. So, all right, so first cut done. I'm working on the second there. This thing cuts like a dream, much easier than using that angle grinder in my last video, but that one required it just because it was so much more metal. This is really tiny. Okay, update, got the chain off, but this is pretty well stuck on there. It doesn't appear to be welded. I mean, there's welds right there, but I don't think that's actually tack welded to the frame. So I'm gonna try and hammer it off. My guess is it's just stuck on there real good, but I'm gonna give it a go. And yes, it turns out this is in fact welded onto this bar. So that sucks. I mean, I was gonna do this regardless. I can probably easily find a straight bar, but that means the work that I might have done here to do the pedal flip is kind of useless. I can grind this off if I wanted to. That would not be terribly hard. I'll probably do that when I get a chance. So wouldn't recommend doing this if you're not experienced with tools. Update, I went at it with the angle grinder. It worked. Let's see. Bye-bye. I'm left with this. So now I just have a straight rod. I'm going to file this or hit it with the angle grinder as well to just get all these burrs off. And yeah, this method is decent. Gamble's online, Gamble's Skins or whatever his name is, sent me just a straight rod that you could buy. Definitely easier than doing this. I would do that if I were any of you. I just like to mess around with tools. So I'll clean this up and show you guys what it looks like actually on the bike. And I'll show you what it looks like cleaned up too without all the burr stuff on it. All right, this is a little bit more work with the angle grinder just to get those really pointy edges off. And now I will hit it with a file to just make it look a little bit more machined. So I'll clean it up a bit. All right, so have not cleaned it up, just wanted to test it because the pedal covers a decent amount of what would be this kind of garbage that I've left right here. So I wanted to see how much metal I need to take off and clean up here before I get into it. So you just take your rod and right back into peg hole. I like to use a silicone mallet just in case I like whack the frame or anything like that. It's not gonna damage anything, it won't scuff it. So just get your rod in, place the machine a bit, tap in. It comes out pretty easily. And then so let's just test. So from this angle, you definitely can't see it. Top angle, you can. I am a neat freak about this type of thing, so I'm definitely gonna clean it up, but you do not have to. So I'll show you guys what it looks like cleaned up, but generally, looks super dope and clean. I absolutely love this look. So I'm going at this with a bastard file, which I mentioned in one of my other videos. It has quite a coarse cut on it so it can remove a lot of material quickly. So just cleaning this guy up, and it'll look nice and circular after I'm done. So this is where I'm at now after cleaning up. You know, pretty solid. I mean, I definitely took off more material than I needed to, which is fine. I'll probably go in at some point when I'm feeling just like going the extra mile and like really clean this thing up and make it like pretty damn near perfect. Or I might just buy a new bar. But for now, I was just impatient and wanted to continue to mod my... All right, final thoughts on this mod. In terms of getting it actually done, it's pretty tough if you don't have the right tools. I'd actually say it's not possible if you don't have the right tools, so you're probably better off just buying the straight rod. But if you do have an angle grinder, you can get it done. It's pretty tough. It's not the cleanest looking thing. I mean, from far away, it's certainly super clean. Like, nobody's gonna notice the little hiccups except you. But as you get closer here, you can kind of see like there's a space where the crank would have actually went. So a bit of a gap. Maybe, you know, painting might look nice. I might consider doing that. You could also remove this entire round spot here, you know, what we basically left on of the crank, so that you didn't have this little bar. But I mean, it definitely doesn't look terrible. In the video, it probably looks better, but in real life, not as nice. From up top, you really can't see a whole lot. So I definitely love it. I might consider buying the rod in the future, but for now, this totally works.